Hope you played well today. Just a couple things, Tom. What we want to do is, and I'm going to change this tour player on the other side. Um, One thing that we talked about is maintaining the width. You know, when you go back just a little bit, we're going to go back here with your swing. And you're kind of looking at the ball right here, so you're kind of looking at the path. So let's stay out of that, and then your bill of your cap begins to work to the right. So I'll just show you that again. So when we go back, we don't want to follow this with our eyes. We want to trust it way. I mean, you're a good enough golfer that you can just trust it, so you don't have to look at it. We're going to use a little bit more of our chest getting back. I'm going to go right over to this tour player. You notice when he starts out, he's going to get everything motioning right here. You can see that he'll move his whole chest and arms. His head stays relatively stable. That's what we talked about. And you see that at this point, he's cleared his right knee, where you're right up at your right, you're right here, and he's out here when the club's in the same direction. So that's that idea of width. We're going to follow him up a little bit. And you notice right here that the right arm is still high. So when we get here in your swing, we see that it still needs a little bit high, meaning that you're rolling this left shoulder in this direction. And he's sort of still got here, so you can sort of see that when you take your head back. So we're going to actually split the grip for a while. I want you to hit some balls with a split grip, which means about 6 or 8 inches apart. So when you take it back, you're going to see your right arm will get a little less roll here. So when you carry it back up, you'll watch this. That's when you've kind of overdone that roll, and that's what you talked about, getting flat. So I didn't see that too much today, but I want to make sure we're just touching upon this, and we'll probably do a little split grip. That'll stop that excess rotation of the club face, and that's really where you had trouble. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to use our chest and a split grip. We're going to watch the tour player go up a little bit. So here he goes. He's turned. He's got a big 90-degree shoulder turn. You've got a pretty good shoulder turn. Now what we're going to do is from here, you're going to watch a tour player. So he's going to bump over to his left side. You'll probably see that when he bumps over. I'm just going to leave this right here. You'll see this. And he's going to get over to his left side. His head stays there. And from here, you can see that his belt buckle at impact is right out here. Okay, so obviously he's got about 80, and I'll show you how to do that, but that's probably where we're going to work on this year when you're coming through. So here we go. You've got your backswing. Now watch your belt buckle here, and watch what happens. So now your belt buckle hasn't moved at all. You're sort of standing there. It's moved just a little bit, but we need it at this point. At impact, you can see where his hands are in front. You need that torso, the belt buckle, over about 6 or 8 inches. And that's at bump to the left. When you said, remember how you're hitting it so high? Well, that's this. You can see where the right wrist, and I know I've talked about a lot of stuff today, but you and I this is for the winter. You notice that your right wrist is straightened out, and you notice that his right wrist is here and then still bent, so it hasn't straightened out. You get a lot of excess loft because we added loft, and then we'll let you finish the swing. And you want a good motion. Now you've got this portion perfect. This is where you want to be, but you want that portion at address. We'll watch this tour player swing back. Here he's turning, and that's that that's that letting those arms, those arms will stay straight because the torso is bent a lot more, or the torso used a lot more to let those arms throw out. And so he picks it up, then his head comes up. He's got about a lot of weight on the left, and through. So I thought we had a good session today. I know it was quick. I know you had a lot. Hopefully you hit some good shots today. You were driving the ball great. But what we're going to do is do my recommendation. We'll hit some clubs with a split grip. When you get back to this point right here, you're going to have your right arm higher. Oops, let me get, that's not the takeaway. So when you get to right about here, the right arm is still going to be high, and this club is going to be pointing just a little bit out more, out this way. Okay? And we're going to keep turning. We're going to institute a little more upper body turn. And then what we're going to do is, you notice that it gets a little bit lost back here, the club, like that excess. I like coming through. Now, right now, what should happening is this whole body is turning. And what happens is, because we had a little bit too much right now, we'd be in pretty good shape if we could just keep turning. And then we stop and keep it. And then the clubs and arms just swing down. That's where we get a little bit excess loft. So let's work on a split grip for a while, just about 6 inches apart. You're gonna slow down the rotation of the club. When you take it back to a waist high, you're going to try for this position where this tour player is. You're going to come right to let's move that over here. Right there, right arm a little bit high, shoulders down a little much. This would be an ideal position for you. And we'll try that, and then you're just going to take it back, and you notice that when he takes it back, you can still see his arms are just a little bit higher. So I thought you're swinging at it okay. We just got a couple little things, and I think we'll be on the right track. Okay, good seeing you again today, and I'll talk to you later on. Any questions? You and I talking, and then I'll let you know when I get the mat set up at Baltimore Golf. Thanks again. Hope you had a good time today.